Milling Through History presents April Fool's Day. Why is April the 1st so important to us? According to some biblical historians, it was on this day in the year 33 AD that the Last Supper occurred. But if you're not one to look at it from a religious point of view, you might be wondering, well, how did it start off as a prank day? It has been argued that the first reference to April the 1st being used to make fun of people came with the Canterbury Tales. In The Nun's Priest's Tale, Chanticleer is tricked by a fox on Sin March began 30 days and 2. This has been interpreted as being March 32nd, or April the 1st. But the tale also goes on to indicate that this story is supposed to take place when the sun was in the sign of Taurus. Using astrology, this moves the date away from April the 1st, but rather to May the 2nd. April Fool's Day is also thought to have gotten its origin during the Middle Ages due to people celebrating the beginning of the new year in April as compared to many other parts of the world which had begun celebrating it in January. The first reference of the tradition of April Fool's Day making its way into England occurred in 1686 when John Aubrey referred to it as Fool's Holy Day. The reason for this is that many people were tricked into going to the Tower of London just to see lions being washed. However, the English have been known for its own unique idea of how to pull a prank. For instance, people who pull a prank on someone refer to the victim as an April Fool. In 1957, the BBC pulled a prank on the entire nation as it reported upon an Italian village which had such great yield in the harvest that spaghetti was literally growing off of trees. Some argued that this prank just went a little too far, and following the 1950s, a new custom was added where pranks would cease after 12 noon, thus making anyone who does a prank after that time the April Fool. In Ireland, there is a tradition to entrust the victim with an important letter to be given to a named person. That named person would read the letter, then ask the victim to take it to someone else, and so on and so forth. The letter, when opened by the intended person, contained the words, "Send the fool further," thus giving everyone in the village a great laugh. In Italy, France, Belgium, and French-speaking areas of Switzerland and Canada, April the 1st is traditionally referred to as April Fish. This will include an attempt to attach a paper fish to the victim's back without being noticed. Now, April 1st and April Fool's Day as a whole has had its own fair share of controversies. In 1683, Poland, which takes great pride in its ability to pull off pranks, had a peace treaty signed, but it needed to be backdated to March 31st just so everyone knew the treaty was legitimate. In 1946, the Aleutian Island earthquake created a tsunami which killed 115 people in both Hawaii and Alaska. Now, sometimes a serious event is viewed as a prank, such as the case of 2004 when Google announced to customers who signed up with Gmail that as an added bonus, their Gmail accounts would have a 1 gigabyte memory size storage. Many thought this couldn't be true, namely because the closest competitors could only offer a 4 megabyte size memory. So there's no way anyone could have gotten a gigabyte. But Google got everybody in the end. In 2009, the soap opera Guiding Light announced it was going to be canceled, much to everyone's disbelief. But there are some pranks out there which are just too good not to be shared. For instance, in 1905, a German newspaper claimed thieves had dug a tunnel under the federal treasury in the United States. People throughout Europe thought the United States was out of all of its gold and silver before realizing that the prank was written by an American journalist at the German paper. In 1989, Sir Richard Branson pretended to be piloting a flying saucer which was meant to go to Hyde Park in London. The saucer, which was actually attached to a hot air balloon, blew off course and landed in Surrey, but it still made headlines. And finally, in the years 2017 and 2019, Chick-fil-A got us all when it claimed it would be open on Sundays. And much to my very own chagrin, I was in the drive-thru waiting for my chicken sandwich. And I'm still waiting for it, Chick-fil-A, just so you know. Be sure to click like, share, and subscribe for future episodes of Milling Through History, and leave a comment below with future episode ideas or even just your best April Fool's prank. Be sure to check out our suggested reading page as well.